Welcome to the After the Show movie podcast, brought to you by your hosts, Ace Scully and Cidtalk. We're addicted to movies. Are you? Welcome, one and all. Welcome, Cidtalk. Welcome.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. That was not the before the after the show experience.
It was, kind of.
It was, like, immediately before you made the tease. We came in here. We both discussed being cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's hot. It's cold.
Oh, the weather is so boring. But it is what it's wrapped around us, isn't it?
Yes.
Other than that, pretty normal movie day.
It is. We watched a movie, and then we came here to talk about a movie.
And this is it. This is a lot of this.
All right. It is Saturday, March the 28th. That's the end of March, Cidtalk. It's all gone.
It's not. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31.
Okay.
So Wednesday will be the 1st of the April.
Correct.
I love correcting people.
You do. So that's the end of March then. Thank you.
It's not.
All right. This is After the Show number 936. This is your weekly movie review podcast. And on this week's movie review podcast, we'll look at the movie Send Help. It's a 2025 movie out on streaming right now, rated R. Its runtime is 1 hour and 53 minutes. It's from 20th Century Studios and Cidtalk. They sent us a copy for review. And on top of all that, what's your synopsis of the movie Send Help?
2 people who aren't great, stranded on an island, needing to survive and also cope with being not great people.
All right, I'll give
the box. That's got to be on the box.
Maybe. Let's see.
Okay.
When an employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a deserted island, the only survivors of a plane crash, they must overcome grievances and work together to make it out alive.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is.
I don't
Grievances.
I don't know that he's insufferable, but he's a jerk for sure.
Yeah. All right, Send Help, the new movie from Mr. Director Sam Rami. Cidtalk, what did you think?
I have mixed emotions because I'm just going to put this out there, and this is a spoiler for all the people like me in the world. If you cannot cope with, emotionally or mentally, watching people eat, yeah, you laugh, but I'm telling you, it is an absolute, I couldn't even look. I had to cover my face. And I can watch gore. I can watch a head get chopped off. I can watch every kind of gore you can imagine because it's not real, right? I mean, gory things happen. But intentionally making people eat disgustingly and have food smeared on them and it's dripping, I can't even watch it. So I'm just telling you, if I'd been watching this movie on one of those channels in the evening, I would have turned it off.
So
I would have watched it.
It tapped into real horror for you.
It didn't tap into it. I just find it really rude and terrible, boring as well. I got like, oh God, every time she picked up food. I get it. She's stranded on an island. She's got to eat some fruit and stuff to stay alive. But it was the whole movie. So that actually does affect my experience. It'd be like if you're watching something and someone came up with a really bright light, shined it right in your eyeball, and then said, just keep watching this movie. Just shut up. Don't complain about it. Just sit there. It would fill you with rage and anxiety to the point of you saying, no, I'm done. I'm not watching this movie. That's how I felt. That mixed with, it's well made. It's got some dodgy special effects here and there, but that's very Sam Raimi-esque, isn't it? I mean, here and there. So I had fun. I like Rachel. I always have. But it really was tainted by that for me. So I know. People will say just get over it. But if you're like me, you totally get what I'm saying.
Well, I will say, as a big fan of Sam Raimi, that this is one of his weakest films.
Okay.
Because if you look at the poster of this movie, I was expecting savage horror. There's it's more of a thriller or it's not a horror film, I don't think.
What we're finding out that our woman character is actually horrible.
Unhinged.
She's unhinged. She's a horrible human being. And you're supposed to feel sorry for her. So it's got that layer. That's why I like it. It's got the layers of like, oh, this poor lady, she's trying really hard. And yet she's terrible.
But the problem I had is if you look at that poster, what that poster promises, what you actually get is kind of a weak version of that.
I guess I never even looked at the poster, so that's
look at it. Look at it now and go, oh, what am I going to be getting from this movie?
You know what it reminds me of? Now that I look at it,
what?
Go to hell.
Drag Me to Hell.
Me to Hell.
A Sam Rami movie.
Yes, exactly.
It does look quite like that.
It does.
Yeah, I expected it to be savage and brutal, and while it is in places, it's not really. It's kind of slapsticky. Like Sam Raimi loves slapstick.
Yes, it was very non-scary gore.
And it's kind of cutesy.
Yeah.
You know, like wink at the camera, like cutesy. It's kind of a bit of all over the place.
Agree.
So it starts off like when she's in the office part. Okay, so it's a comedy because some of these situations are silly. We're in the plane, and then the plane crash happens, and then it's kind of Evil Dead / the gore, like the teeth flying out of the guy's mouth and all that. It's very Sam Raimi, right? Yep. In the plane. But
then it turns into that movie where, what's his name? Matthew McConaughey and that lady crash, and they have to,
Harrison Ford. Yeah, it turns into like a desert island. Will they be romantically linked or not?
Crashed our plane, and now we're going to be sexy and whatever.
Yeah. And then a little bit of mystery, and some gore because she has to kill a pig, and it's like really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They go, it does Sam Raimi. It's basically like an Evil Dead pig. And there's a bunch of that stuff. There's loads of Sam Raimi stuff if you love his stuff. But it doesn't really amount to anything. And towards the end, I was like, this is all so obvious. Like I didn't see the twist type thing coming. But when I did see it, I was like, I feel like I've seen that before.
What was the twist? I guess I miss it.
All right, spoilers. There's a twist in this movie.
Okay.
And the twist is that she tells the guy not to go over to the other side of the island, which she's investigated already. Turns out over the other side of the island, there is a full-on mansion with everything you could need.
It's so funny because I totally forgot. I forgot that even exists.
So when that was revealed near the end of the movie, I was like, okay, that's cool, but I feel like I've seen it before. I can't remember what movie it was, but
absolutely, it's not. It's
it's too obvious. And there's a moment in the movie where she all of a sudden has like a chef's knife, and he's like, "Where'd you get that knife from?" And she's like, "Oh, it's amazing what washes up on the shore."
Well, now, even I fell for that sort of. I didn't think she found it in a mansion hidden on a cliff.
I did not, but I was like,
she just had it in her pocket, and we would see a flashback where she on the plane she stuck it in her belt or something. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think there was going to be.
And
go on.
If you're a fan of Misty in Yellow Jackets, you might recognize some of this behavior, right?
Yes.
All felt like I'd seen it before. The actual, but moment to moment, I thought, I don't have the thing with the food.
What do you think the actual message is? Because he is portrayed as being dismissive and hateful and sexist and awful. He takes over the company for his father, who happens to be Bruce Campbell. We never meet him, but he's in a picture. And he's real dismissive and hateful. And he had promised her the VP position, and now he's given it to his stupid friend.
Yeah.
And he says horrible things, and he's real snotty and snarky and hateful. I get that.
And she's like she's a very, very intelligent, good worker who's kind of trodden on by everybody.
Really hard, try. But then we find out really horrible things about her.
Right.
And there's still a few little heartstrings. You're supposed to be like, oh, so it's this woman who's had a hard time getting one over on the guy who's a jerk. But you know what? His jerkiness on a scale does not outweigh her evilness.
Right. So there's nobody to root for.
There isn't, because if you want to root for him, you're like, yeah, but he's just going to turn out to be a dickhead again.
Yeah.
If you root for her, you're like, oh, she has no right.
No, she's
the things that she does.
She's insane. Like, you know? So at the end where it's trying to be cutesy with her, like winking at the camera and shit, you're like, well, I can't like you.
Yeah, can you just drive off that cliff? Please?
Yeah, please like crash now with your bird and your car.
Not hurting anyone else.
Yeah. So yeah, there is nothing to root for. I guess there are moments in the movie where you're like, well, I feel sorry for this guy now because what the hell is she up to? Or I wish they could get out of here, you know. I don't know. You feel sorry for him on a few occasions. I did anyway. Where he tried to get away from her because he realized this woman's fucked.
Yeah, because I feel like he, as a character, has more option to grow and to be better.
Yes.
What we don't know if things he's ever done. We only know how he's behaved, right? We haven't seen him do anything bad. And then she confesses to and literally does bad things. So I was like, he's more redeemable than she is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he has hope, you know?
The character's fun in a way, in this really flawed way. Because, you know, one of the things about the movie is that she wanted to be a contestant on Survivor. So she's learned everything about being on an island.
Yeah, we established that very quickly.
So so she's MacGyver, basically. She immediately can light a fire. She can make a shelter. What else does she do? She does all kinds of stuff. Cooking.
She's a survivalist.
Hunting. You even laughed where she hunts this disgusting pig.
Yeah.
And then she comes back and she goes, Have you ever
hunted?
Have you ever hunted? I think I love it.
And it was really brutal and horrible.
And she's covered in blood, like head to toe.
You caught it, but in the very beginning, when we first meet her, we see all the survival books on the shelf.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
And then later we find out that she liked Survivor watching it. But yeah, I figured right off the bat, as soon as she was going on a plane, I'm like, oh, it's going to crash and she's going to have to survive. So.
Yes. The poster kind of told me that there's palm trees. She's got a knife. She's surviving, maybe. But you hadn't seen the poster, right?
Correct. I just knew from the vibe.
Yeah, so it's a mixed bag. I love Sam Rami, and the Sam Rami things are there. I saw, Bruce Campbell on a picture on the wall. What else did you see from Sam Rami? Oh, the Oldsmobile.
Yeah, I don't notice as much as you do. You'd have to point out to me.
When she's in a parking garage at the beginning, if you look out the window, the Oldsmobile, Sam Raimi's car, is right there. The necklace from the Evil Dead is prominently shown, right? Mm-hmm. There's even an Evil Dead. Do you know that kind of dream that she's having where she's walking on the beach, and then it pops up like a jump scare? That's an Evil Dead thing. Yeah. So if you like Sam Raimi and you want more. I know they've called it. I saw a thing saying Sam Raimi is now back in the horror genre with Send Help, but I don't think it's fully the horror genre.
I know.
I wish it was. And I was secretly hoping that dream sequence that we got that I just talked about was actually real.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, we're going to go apeshit for the last third of the movie. And everything you thought this was, it is not. And it is an insane horror movie. But no, it never goes that far. It's not Drag Me to Hell. It's not The Evil Dead. I know everything doesn't have to be that. But advertising it as though it's Sam Raimi's coming back to horror, I think really he's come back to a thriller comedy. Because it's a comedy.
Like the TV show.
Which?
His, Evil Dead.
You mean Ash versus it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, kind of campy horror. No, it's not even horror, this one, though, is what I'm getting at.
I mean, one could argue that she's a horrible villain.
Yeah.
I mean, she threatens to cut off its testicles, but instead she guts a rat.
Threatens, though, isn't it? We don't...
Yeah, but I mean, she guts a rat and shoots blood up all over him, to give him that terrorized feeling.
I did enjoy her hunting the pig, but the pig looked like Evil Dead Pumbaa.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
It really, it looked bad, right? But at that point, I was kind of like, okay, it's bad. But then when she actually... It gores her, and and it's vomiting. And there's a part where she's vomiting on his face.
I think we're supposed to think about that one, because in the beginning, she's also disgusting from the moment we meet her for a person like me. And again, there are some of you out there, so power to the people of this group. She's eating a fucking sandwich in the most it makes me grit my teeth.
Tuna fish sandwich.
To, throw up. And punch her in the face. It's tuna fish. Then She leaves some on her face, which no one would do. And while she's talking to him, he's focused. He can't get over it. Like his mind goes, and all he can focus on is that chunk of food on her face. So what we've established is then he makes his guy who works for him smell his hand and be like, oh, he's disgusted by that tiny bit of fish on his hand. So later, the throwback is she's literally vomiting in his face. Like vomit is shooting out of her mouth into his.
And it's proper Evil Dead, yellow, green, gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he poisoned her, by the way. I was like, yes, he poisoned her. She's going down.
So yeah, it does have all this gross out stuff. It has a couple of twists and turns I didn't see, but mostly I was like, oh, fine. Also, the conclusion, I don't know if you agree, it's really fast. It's over and done with. Like, it's just, that's it.
Agree.
Like, there's no, I know it's cliche to have a big battle or whatever at the end, but this really is like, poof, the end. So, that doesn't feel satisfying. See, I have a mixed relationship with it. I like Sam Raimi.
Too.
I want Sam Raimi to do different things. Let's get on to the cast so I can say what is the shining thing about it. Rachel McAdams, who plays Linda Little, she makes the movie. Like,
her job is to be disgusting and annoying. She was perfect.
And she put herself into it fully.
Absolutely.
It's not glamorous. It's not.
Even when he's like pushing her face into the mud, like we said, there's a big battle, pushing her face in the mud. It wasn't like you got cutaways and you were under the impression that was a Rachel friend, as we like to say. It was her face getting shoved in the mud. So I appreciate that.
Bruce Campbell said when they were making The Evil Dead that everything that he had to go through, he actually had to go through it. Because Sam Raimi's like, I don't want doubles. If you have to have a bucket of blood thrown on your head, we have to do that, right?
Right.
So I believe that he's probably still operating the same now, right? Because she gets covered in stuff. She gets...
Oh, the end makeup with the bloody weird eye and the mud on her face was really good.
That part where he was...
It was vicious.
He was having a fight with her and he was pushing his thumb into her eye socket, which also is another Evil Dead thing. Whatever, the CG or the fake eye or whatever, it was really freaky and weird.
It was very weird. And as you hear from me talking about, I watch that.
Yeah.
All day long. I'm not grossed out. I don't wince. I don't cover my eyes. I just go, whoa.
Yes.
Then if you eat something or drink something like a disgusting piece of shit, then I will be like, ugh.
So it gets gnarly in parts. Rachel did a fantastic job.
Is the perfect word.
Yeah. And Rachel did a brilliant job, I have to say. Dylan O'Brien, who plays the guy, Bradley Preston. What do you think?
Good job. Good job. Good job.
I don't even know what we've seen him in before. Have we seen him before?
I think so.
Yeah, he looked familiar. Let me see what he's famous for. He's famous for nothing that we've seen.
Nothing.
He's he said he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm as Dylan. Oh no, I tell a lie. He was in a movie that I really liked. Love and Monsters. Remember that?
Yeah.
End of the World. They come out of that. He was a lot younger in that one because it was 2020. 7 years after he survived a monster apocalypse, hapless Joel leaves his cozy underground bunker behind on a quest to reunite with his high school sweetheart. It was really fun, that movie. So yes, we have seen him before. He was good here. He just had to be an asshole.
He did, and then he had to kind of start. What I was paying attention to was, because I've, in my job before I retired, did some executive training, like executive management type of training. Yeah. And it was almost like they were weaving in, because he's like this dickhead who's now in charge of this company, and he kind of throws it in her face. I'm running the company now. I'm the head of the company, right? And I felt like there were times when, as he's looking at her and he squints and she's being fucking crazy, that he's putting some of that, like, okay, what's my next move here? Because at one point he tries to lie to her and manipulate her by saying he really likes her and he gets it. And then later he has to like chummy up to her like, hey, let's make this work. You know what I mean? But that was all, I felt him calculating it. It wasn't just on the fly. So I thought that was really good.
This is directed by Sam Rami. You know who he is. Evil Dead. A Simple Plan.
I do. That doesn't mean everyone does.
He did the Darkman movies. He did the Spider-Man movies. He did a lot of different movies. What do you think of Sam here?
I kind of agree with you, but not that it's lesser to me. I'm not comparing, but to me, it's very Sam Raimi.
It's definitely Sam Raimi, yeah. Because he's got an element of cheese about him with his...
Absolutely.
Every trick he's learned along the way seems to be in this movie. You know where she hunts the pig? If you notice, they did the thing where the camera runs through the forest, where you're looking through the POV of the camera.
Yeah.
Which is his shot. You see, there's a lot of his shots. The moon in the sky, when she's looking up at the moon, it's a Evil Dead thing. There's a lot of things. You can't blame a director for using their tricks.
True that.
I mean, that's what brings you back, right? You're like, oh, look, this is a Sam Raimi movie. It's just, I don't know. When I'm saying, like, I think
because of the non-committed, like, are we supposed to, like, cheer for her even though she's terrible?
There's no way you can, though, is there?
For him, even though he's terrible.
The way the ending's framed, I think you're supposed to be like, yeah, she's cool. The way it seems at the end, right?
Kind of, yes.
Like the wink and the driving.
You're supposed to be very afraid of all of those women who are in those jobs who seem very passive. She's super passive.
I think that's the point, right? But for you to say women who you're treading on and, you know, in your high-powered jobs, and there's those women who work really well and you just treat them like shit.
And be careful.
Well, they're just going to turn into murderers.
Yeah, exactly. Are we supposed to be afraid of them because they're going to...
You better be careful. They might cut your penis off or something like that.
Or threaten to. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not a good message.
No, agree.
Yeah. So
and the one line from the movie that I feel like we're supposed to actually go like, yes. And it is a mantra for a lot of people who do the daily affirmations and the, oh, poor me, the world steps all over me, and I'm such a nice, kind, empathetic person, is do not mistake my kindness for weakness. So she says that to him after she's threatened to cut off his balls because she's saved him. She does all, but, you know, if I'd taken this in real life and I say to her, look, you crazy wench, if you crashed on this island alone, you'd be doing the same shit.
Yeah.
You'd be taking care of yourself. So that...
What was it?
Like, you should be grateful that I'm saving your life.
What was it she said at the end as well? Something about help isn't coming, so you better look after yourself.
True.
So that was another... I mean, that's how it ends.
So that's also winking at people like these, if it's supposed to be for anyone who feels downtrodden, like no one's going to come help you, so you might as well go on a murder spree.
Yeah, you might as well become a complete asshole.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah. So yeah, it's mixed message. It's fairly enjoyable.
Definitely enjoyable.
Sometimes annoying.
I mean, even if
some of the banter between them was slightly annoying.
Like when?
It's just obvious kind of dialogue. Like, I don't like you. You don't like me. I don't like, over and over again kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like, when she decided, I'm just going to go over the other side of the beach and leave him on his own. I was like, okay, that's good because we don't have to have them bickering at each other. That's Sam Raimi directing. IMDb reviews. What are those?
Those are reviews on imdb.com, which is a website. If you don't know what a website is, I don't know. I'm sure they have an app. And people write reviews on there, and you like to make fun of the 1-star review.
Are you telling me you don't have the IMDb app on your phone?
I do. Yeah, I'm just saying. Some people might not know what a website is anymore.
Yes.
Get the app.
All right. Number one guy says 1 out of 10. Giant waste of my time.
Oh, it's a classic.
The ending is unbelievably stupid. It's lazy, nonsensical, and abrupt. It felt like the writers just shrugged their shoulders and quit. I actually agree. It does feel like that at the end. And somehow, that's the most honest part of Send Help. It's a brain-dead film for idiots.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't say that.
Second one says, do not waste your time.
Of course not.
The movie is a mess from start to finish. Thin plot, slow pacing, terrible dialogue between the two. It somehow drags while also rushing. It's stupid. And the third one says, I went into this as a huge Raimi fan, which honestly makes this even more disappointing. There are brief moments when you can see the flashes of Raimi's energy, but they're so few and far between that they only serve as reminders of how much better this could have been if it was a proper horror film. Instead, the film spends most of its runtime feeling like a generic made-for-Hulu thriller with no personality. I mean, I kind of agree with that one.
Unfortunate.
You know, when he mentions made-for-Hulu thriller, I do get a bit of that kind of vibe. Like it's trying to be for everybody kind of thing. Like not too offensive and...
I don't know, though. I'm still debating. Is it for the... are you supposed to be afraid if you're a jerk or afraid if you're a psychopath?
As far as it paints pictures of people, it paints everybody to be terrible.
True.
Yeah.
True.
There's nobody in this movie who you're like, oh, that person's really great. I love them.
Yeah, we don't end up with like a third friend, someone who's, the fiance is trying to save him, but...
Even her, like she's a cutout, like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, there's nothing to her. She seemed fine, but...
The only guy I felt for was the guy who brought her in the ship, in the boat.
Yes!
Because he was just nothing. He was just a guy who was in a boat.
Bringing her to save her fiance, everyone else so we didn't mention that they've been on this island now at least weeks, if not months, by the time we've progressed. It doesn't really address it, except one point he says we've been here like 2 weeks, and then as scenes go on, it seems much more progressive. She then shows up on the island and says they wanted to cancel the search, but I knew that he had to be around here somewhere. So we know the fiance is like, she loves him and she's determined, but didn't do her any good.
Yeah. Also, we've got the bird. She's got a bird for a pet.
True.
Thought that bird was coming to the island, but it didn't.
I'm glad this didn't happen. But as we start to establish that she's a bit unhinged, I was afraid she would start hallucinating that her bird was there talking to her.
Well,
see, I was making up stuff.
Can I tell you what I was making up? Because nothing in movies, especially this kind of movie, is like done just randomly. So when we saw her in a living room at the beginning talking to her bird pet, when she was on the island, I was like, oh, okay, so some bird is going to show up. Not an hallucination, a real one. And she's going to be able to talk to it or something.
Yeah, I get you.
And I don't know, it does something for them, like rescues them. I don't know. But no, it's not called back on, is it? The bird.
So as you can see, we were making up stuff when we, trying to focus on the movie.
So conclusion, let's give Send Help a score. I'm actually going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think it's right in the middle.
We're going to give it a 6, just because I feel like
Rachel's the best thing.
Yes, and it's well made, and they both do a great job, and all that, but...
It's really low on my Sam Rami, if I had to do a list of his films. It's pretty low.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, so do better, Sam Rami. I know. I mean...
I think he's all right with that.
Not every film can be for everybody, can it?
Hey, you have to tell him. You have to tell him, because I'm sure he's listening, that there's even a Paul Thomas Anderson movie that you're not in love with. There's even a Kevin Smith movie you're not in love with.
You can't say I'm just blindly in love with everything that one person does, because Paul Thomas Anderson did Magnolia, and then I'm like, I have to see everything he did. It's not like I say, hey, they're all amazing. Right?
No, you do not. I know.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anybody like, I take it just... The next movie they make is the next one.
Well, you say that, but when someone says, hey, a new Sam Raimi movie's coming out, you go,
I am excited at the time.
You assume.
Yeah.
And that, I think, sometimes will give your expectation kind of shades it a little bit, because now you're like, oh.
But in this case,
it's supposed to be great.
I don't know if that does. I think it's just it's mediocre.
Aye.
It does have the Sam Raimi kind of thing about it. But, it's not pronounced, let's say. The plane crash part is very Sam Raimi, the camera angles and the...
True.
We got teeth flying out of mouths, we've got...
It was a little bit bad, though. That was one of my least favorite things.
Yeah, but it's... If you go back and watch, like, Drag Me to Hell, it's very that.
True.
Like, close-ups of the, teeth flying out and stuff. Kind of... The Three Stooges is what Sam Raimi loves. And you can tell, right?
Yeah.
That's why, like, Ash, like, hitting himself on the head and knocking into things. And It's basically the Three Stooges horror movie.
But the thing is, once you've watched the whole universe of Evil Dead, not the very first one, because it wasn't quite that outrageous. It got that way.
The first one's horrific.
Yeah, after a couple movies, that's when he goes into I think he must have realized that's not me. I'm more dumb comedy.
Well,
dumb, but
Evil Dead 2 is basically a remake of Evil Dead 1, but with the slapstick added onto it. It's the same story.
Yes.
But he made it funny. So yeah, the first one isn't funny. You're right. It's not funny, is it? It's just the typical...
Right, but once you've watched everything, including the TV show, you know where he's coming from.
Yeah, it's slapstick.
Yeah.
It is literally take the Three Stooges and make a disgusting horror movie with that kind of humor, right? Like old-fashioned. And you can apply that to all kinds of movies that he's done, including that Wizard of Oz movie that you like to forget about. All right.
It exists in the world. I gotta accept that.
All right. Thank you to 20th Century Studios. Next week, we're looking at the new Avatar movie, Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Oh, you mean Ash from the Evil Dead?
Well, maybe. I don't think so. It'll be blue people and fire and ash. So we'll look at that next week. And that one's an epic, so get your popcorn ready because I think it's like 3.5 hours.
Okay.
All right. Movie recommendations, Evil Dead, anything Evil Dead, including Ash versus Evil Dead. All of it, right? There's nothing that's Evil Dead that's bad. It's all fun.
Well, I wouldn't say
even
that.
Even the remake and the recent one, you know? I still like all of it. I like the Necronomicon. I like new scenarios involving it. I could watch anything. A cartoon. Is there a cartoon? No.
That'd be great.
Yeah. The Adventures of Ash or something in a cartoon. Yeah.
And you could do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're going to watch Avatar. Let's call that guy who does Avatar.
James.
And he can do, James. Let's give him a call. And then, or if he's listening to this, James, call up, what's his face over there? Sam and James. See? Sam and James.
I do think.
Avatar, Evil Dead. Come on.
Now I think about this. Ash versus Evil Dead was awesome, right? And then it got cancelled after the end of season 3. But if you remember where season 3 ended, you probably do.
I don't.
I don't want to spoil it because you want to watch 3.
I don't remember. Let's watch
it
again.
It ends with something could happen. A new season could happen and it would be very different from the season before it. Well, there was talk about doing an animated season 4 because Bruce no longer does Ash and I think that could work.
Absolutely.
An animated Evil Dead could actually be really cool depending on who did it. All right. Cidtalk. Next week, Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Right on.
Movie recommendations. I was already on them. Evil Dead. And A Simple Plan is my other favorite Sam Raimi movie. Mm-hmm. It's a very down low. Sam Raimi started off right at the very beginning of his career, big friends with the Coen brothers. And A Simple Plan is pretty much his Fargo.
True.
Fargo with a twist. And not really that much of a twist because events that are in A Simple Plan also happen in Fargo. So he's a huge fan of the Coen brothers and he worked with the Coen brothers, and A Simple Plan it's like watching a Coen brothers movie. And also I would recommend that movie about Fargo, Kimiko. Remember that one? Kimiko.
Yes.
That's a brilliant movie.
That is. It's not for everybody.
It's like a movie.
It can be challenging.
About Fargo.
What's not about Fargo?
I mean,
it's about
the movie Fargo.
About a woman who thought that Fargo was real.
Yes.
And that there was really a suitcase full of money buried by the fence. And it's her journey.
It's really good.
To get there. Yeah.
I would almost watch Fargo and then watch that. Like straight, because it's a really cool concept, whoever came up with that.
But I mean, it's not about Fargo.
And also based on a true story.
Let's say loosely.
Yeah. It's a really interesting... Kimiko the something hunter, is that what it's called? I can't remember its full name.
But
Kimiko. Just look that up. All right, Cidtalk, what are your recommendations?
Well, you know me, I'm going back to all adventures I've seen. since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of the universe. And then, of course, cinema didn't happen until about 125 years ago, but that's beside the point. I'm in the adventure world. I'm going alphabetically. I'm still in the A's, and you're going to notice real quick. This isn't about quality. It's just about movies I've seen.
Right.
And I don't remember them all, but I know I've seen them. You know, that kind of vibe. I've seen all these, and I know I have. After Earth, Adventure.
Oh, God.
It gets such potential, though, right?
No.
And then we have Alien.
Yes.
Then Aliens. Aliens versus Predators. And all the other aliens mixed in. Those are all counted as adventure horror. So there you go. And we have Apocalypto, which we both liked back in the day.
Mel Gibson directed that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very good.
It was actually. I can't fault it for,
The movie I was talking about, by the way, is Kumiko, the Treasure Hunter.
Yes.
And it was from 2014. I reckon a lot of people, that one breezed by them because it wasn't a huge movie, was it? And it was a Japanese movie at that. So.
Correct.
Ace Scully stuff. I've just been playing some more Marathon and I've been playing some guitar. I learn new guitar stuff all the time.
Every day.
Yeah. I posted a little clip on Twitter of me playing Iron Man by Black Sabbath, if you want to see that. And that's that.
I'm very excited for you. Every day, it's very fun. I love it.
It is. I learn. I bought some feeler gauges, and I learned how to...
Feeler gauges. Let's just put the R on the end there.
I learned how to measure the distance in between the string and the fretboard for maximum performance.
Maximum performance.
See? I like to, if I'm learning something, I need to know everything about it. I need to know, people are like, you should go to a guitar shop and pay a man $200 and he will adjust everything. No, I want to know how to adjust everything. I don't want to pay.
Absolutely.
I don't want to pay a man. I want to learn how to do it myself and do it myself. Same with a bike. I got a bike. We got bikes. I got the stuff to fix bikes and we haven't had to take the bikes to a man to pay because we know how to fix them.
You know how to fix them?
Yes.
Yes. The garage door one day, I was getting out of the car and some really loud sound happened, like, bing! And I mean louder than that. And then something flew past my head.
Mm-hmm.
Spring had broken on the garage.
A giant spring.
Inside, while I was right under it, I was like, holy shit. And then, of course, I couldn't get the door open until we got the thing figured out how to, because we never opened it by hand. Of course, that's who we are. Then I was like, okay. And I started looking into a new garage door, how much to fix it. Your friend said he spent like $400 to get it fixed. And you were looking at it and you're like, I think I can do that. And I'm like, no.
I'm like, how hard can it be to buy a spring and install it?
Everything you read is like a horror story. That spring, those springs are like, they could literally
chop you in half.
Your head.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? If you say that I can spend $40,
yeah.
This is during the peak of COVID lockdown kind of shit.
Is that when it was?
Yes, because I had to go to Menards and drive around the back and there was a line of cars and you weren't allowed to go in the store. Only like contractors and stuff were going in one at a time with the mask on. And if you were picking up anything, you had to stay in your car and they had a guy outside directing you with a clipboard and told you what bay to go to. You didn't get out of your car. You just told them they could put it in the back or put it in the back seat or in the trunk. They did it and then you drove away. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you got the springs from.
Yeah, we ordered it online and then went and picked it up. And then I'm like, you were watching videos. I went down for a few minutes and I thought, I can't watch this happen because I'll just be freaking out. So pretty soon I hear you holler up from downstairs. Don't check it out. Check it out.
I was like, press the button and let's see if the door opens or we die.
And I said, I'm standing behind the other door. I like reached around the corner. I was like, I am not going to be in here when that shit flies around.
And guess it. And it's been, 6 years and it's still working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not bad.
That was very good. So that's kind of how we are.
I'm definitely, if I can fix it, I will try. But there are some things that are beyond me and electrical work. I don't like it.
You tried to fix our lawnmower, our gas lawnmower last year, and you did everything possible. We bought a few parts. You took it all apart. And then in the end, it didn't work. Then I gave it to my friend. I texted him a few days later and he goes, oh yeah, I fixed it. I was like,
yeah,
whatever.
but I don't know what he did, so I don't know. So I don't know what I wasn't looking at.
Could have been lying. I don't know.
All right, Cidtalk. What is for dinner?
Dinner is pizza and corn.
And what is your advice?
My advice is a non-advice, of course. You know how we all have, you may not think of it this way, but everything you've ever learned or seen or experienced become like filters, like you can think of it like a TikTok filter for your face that changes you just enough to make you look the way you want. We have filters that go the other way, and it makes the world appear the way we want, or our perception of the world goes through that filter both ways. It's coming into our brain through a filter, and then as we output and our behaviors go back out, right? And one of mine is, and you hear it because you're a nice person. I'm not a super nice person. Opposites attract. And one of mine is that I don't even know how to explain it really, but like, I'll just, here are the bones of it. So I look at everybody, all the people, including you, and things happen in life, terrible things, wonderful things, and everything in between. And my filter says to me, okay, when I'm looking at somebody, okay, be sad, be mad, feel hurt, be crushed, have your heart broken, feel it all. Like, don't deny your feelings, right? You can feel spent and tired and exhausted and fed up. I get it. I'm a person. I've had tragedy things around in my life. I get it. And then my filter also says to me immediately after I appear to be sympathetic. And then it's immediately like, don't wallow in it. Don't wallow. We get it. Life sucks a lot. And some things are more horrible than I can imagine. And I can't tell a person based on my experiences how to cope with that experience. I get that. However, you can still apply the same philosophy. If something is done yesterday or 5 minutes ago, and then the consequences and the fallout and the effects of it are now happening, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, you can do to undo it. You can't go back in time. You can't bring people back to life. You can't make people not be arrested. You can't make people make better decisions or different decisions, however you want to look at it. If you're a judgy person like me, you say better. You cannot change the past. And when I say wallow, I mean people go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then they rehash. And, I've had this discussion many times in the last 26 years. Repetition, when people get on a kick of repetition.
Oh, yes.
It just about drives me insane. Well, I had an alcoholic father who would sit at the table at night in his underwear, belly aching endlessly for hours about how useless he was. I'm just useless. I'm just a piece of shit. I'm just useless. I'm just a piece of shit. Over and over and over. And as a child and then as a teenager, perceiving that, my reaction wasn't sympathy because that's not who I am. It was like, what's wrong with you? Okay, you think, okay, let's move on, right? And that's kind of how my whole thing is. And everything deserves time. I've taken time. I mean, even when my father died, we'd kind of bridged the gap a bit. There was grieving. There's always is when your parent dies. And then my mother was sick and died. There's grieving time. And that changes your life and changes your behaviors. It changes your filter for sure, permanently. And then you crawl up out of that fucking hole and you keep moving. You just keep moving. I'm not saying move on because I think that's dismissive, but you keep moving forward. How's that?
That's well said, Cidtalk.
It's not. It's a jumble, but I get it.
All right. Let's get on with this. Here's some music. All right. X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok. Those are social media networks, and we may or may not be on them. That's a good promotion, isn't it, Cidtalk?
That's great.
ascully.com, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube. Those are places you can get a podcast, and we may or may not be on them. Email feedback to me, ascully@ascully.com. Don't email Cidtalk, she doesn't want your email, and we may not be at those email addresses. And stay classy, Mr. Sam Rami. Please go back to horror properly. Thank you.
I'll listen to you, and I'm going to say... I'm sure he takes that on board. Think for yourself, because if you're not doing it, something or somebody's doing it for you.